All right, everyone, give me a thumbs up inside of the general chat if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up inside of the general chat if you can hear me, making sure you can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. This is your weekly market prep, 6/5/2022. Let's take a look around the market and see what's going on this week. As posted in the general room here, this is our economic status for the week. We keep our finger on the pulse of the week to see what's coming down the pipeline so we can understand when volume, volatility, or price action will be adjusted. If you want to learn about those things, we'll talk about that later in the discussion here. This is only going to last 15 minutes. So top side of the day, Monday, not a whole lot going on. If we're going to get a move, I look for that move to happen Monday. If we're going to get a positive move in the market, I look for that move to happen Monday. However, Wednesday, we've got some oil status report there, jobless claims week over week, Thursday, but the big number is CPI data. Now, I'm telling you right now, historically, if you've noticed other behavior in CPI data, then you've noticed that we get some very chippy, low volume action, especially Wednesday, Thursday, up to Friday's move, because the market will be timid and the market, makers and just everyone, investors and the like, they will be cautious up to those CPI numbers. Now, guess what? It's not a secret, folks. It's not a secret. You go to the gas pump, you go to the grocer, whatever, however you get your goods and services, everything is up. So it's not a secret that inflation will be affecting the market. It is the key indicator, and we are going to watch very closely Friday here around that 8:30 time frame. We need to know what's going to happen, right? Now the range is going to be 0.6 to 0.8. That's our range. The estimate, the month over month, we're going to be looking for that to come in around 0.7, and the year over year, we're going to be looking for that to come around 8.2. All right. Now the range is going to be 8.2 to 8.4. We come anywhere to the lower side around expected numbers or anything lower, then that's a positive indication. However, don't get your fingers crossed for that. Okay. So that's the big news for the week. So far, just looking at this, I can get an idea of timidity, range, bearish, and we'll have to see. So my thesis already, just from a economic standpoint, is going to be cautious this week with a potential to be bearish toward the backside. I'm going to be watching for pops to drops. Now, of course, this market is heavily news, geopolitical news, and bond driven. All right. So we'll be watching for those as well. All right. So let's take a look at the next portion here. What's earnings looking like this week? Well, right away, unless you care about Dave & Buster's, there's nothing here, no market makers, nothing that I really care about as far as earnings. So the big news for the week will be geopolitical news, CPI data toward the backside. We get a move. Monday looks like the best day we're going to get a move. All right, let's take a look at the futures. Let's go look at the futures right now. Overall, the futures are flat right now. The futures are flat as it stands at 8:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So let's take a look around and see what we had last week on some of the futures, just to get an idea. I'm going to keep this short. We don't need to go over a whole lot here. We'll discuss this in the morning at 8:50 in pre-market. Let's do a quick pause here to show you where you need to be Monday morning. I'll be in the live SPY Only Voice, this channel right here, SPY Only Voice, live, call outs, data, training, coaching, all that stuff. I'll do the opening session with you. Okay. And then we'll see how the backside of the day goes. Typically I'll hang around in the chat here, or I'll try to focus on the killer whales as well that day. Okay. You want to learn about how to trade effectively any other day? No problem. You got to come into the Wealth Wars Discord. Now, there's been some challenges, and folks, I'll post a video on how to navigate the Discord. It's not very complicated. You got to verify yourself right here. You got to read the rules. Then you got to welcome yourself right here. Okay. You got to go click the roles. After you click the roles, you'll be fine. Any role that you click here, folks, will highlight the corresponding rooms. When you highlight the corresponding rooms, then you'll be able to see, or rather channels, then you'll be able to see everything that you need down here. Some things are only proprietary for killer whales, like swing trades and other proprietary levels, etc. will be there. So if you want to, get to the next level, no problem. Then after you get inside the Discord, let me show you where to go for that real quick. You'll come over here and you'll hit one-on-one bookings. All right. At the top, just book your training. Get the training that you need to be successful. Learn how to come out of the day and the week green every single day. I don't have red days. I don't have red weeks. But then you can hit killer whales and gain access where you get the levels, training, coaching, proprietary things, and things to come. They're there. All right. Let's take a look at the futures real quick. All right. So, boy, we had some very bearish activity going into the close and really the day for Friday. Right now, not a lot of volume, not a lot happening in the futures. Can't get a good beat on things right now. Just chipping around, right? So what will we look at? Well, let's take a look at a couple of levels here on the futures so we can get a good idea of possible movement. So as we move in this little tight area here, I expect us to dance anywhere from that 4,100 up to 40, I would say 42 tops, maybe 41, 63 in this area, unless we catch some fire and go, right? I'll be watching for volatility toward the open or top side of the day, Monday, okay? Like I said, if we get a move, likely that move is going to come into the market on Monday, okay? Now, these are my key levels here. Once I start to break down, you can clearly see volume is supporting a move either way, but if we get catalyst to the downside, you can clearly see volume is absent there, and we could certainly blow down to 390, 3,900 area. All right. So I don't really see us rocketing up to 4,300 rather. I don't really see us rocketing up to there. We would need catalyst. We would need market sentiment. We would need everything to kind of align for us. So right now I see us ranging a little bit, and then trying to base and waiting on that data. So it may be a tight, if we don't get a move Monday, it may be a tight low volume week until Friday, because the market makers are really looking around. Now, I read an article the other day, came out on some news sites regarding stocks that there's a paradigm shift. I think the article also made its way over to CNBC. So there's a shift in markets, right? And the market makers, all in all, they understand where we are. They understand this perfect storm, as it were. I mean, the reality is 40 years. It's been a long time since inflation has been the way it is, right? So the reality is nobody really can give you a beat on where we're going to go, because there's inflation here. There's so much happening. There's geopolitical news. There's so many things that can affect it. But the good news is we day trade, and we do this every single day. So we don't have to worry about what's going to happen the next 5 months, 6 months. You are learning the skills to day trade. And if you learn how to day trade, it is the most complicated form of trading, then you can do anything else. All right. And so for those of you guys who are in the killer whales, you're getting the levels every day. You're getting all the coaching and development, and we're good. We come out of the day and the week green every single day. We're good. Even those who are on trade plans today, and you know who you are, you can clearly see the conversation in the chat there. You're doing well. You're doing well. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at for the futures. Let's take a look at SPY. All right. So you know what? Let's do this here. Let's help you out here and snap a little trend line here, just to get an idea of potential moves here. All right. So obviously we've already broken out of our trend here, but it doesn't mean that we're going to rock it up. We're coming off of a few, we were dumping. This is on the daily. Let's go out to the weekly. We were dumping for weeks. I mean, look at this, right? Look at this, right? And so we got a little relief, right? Coming into a week or so ago. And now here we are. Here we are coming into this really the first full week of June. So we'll be looking for how we react. I could see us pulling back to 395 area, maybe even this 390 area. We'll see. I expect us to chip around, maybe get some volatility to come in, but I don't expect us to run just yet until CPI data comes out. So the big news, no question, CPI data We'll wait for that and we'll trade the range. We'll be cautious and bearish as we go. Let's snap back over. Let's go down to the daily real quick, see what we got. I got a gap down here, a very small one, but around at 3975 to 3983. I'm not sure we pull back that hard without catalysts. We sure could if CPI data and other things come in and affect that. We absolutely could. And we'll just play the levels. Obviously, what you're seeing on your screen, just a few levels. This isn't all the key levels here. You got to come into the killer whales to get that access and get that training. But you can clearly see where we're going. We've broken out of a channel, if you would. This is just for demonstration purposes. You guys know I don't pattern trade and I don't use lagging indicators. So that's, neither here nor there. It's just to show you kind of the relief bounce. And we knew we were going to get this around the 20th. And SPY responded to that, gave us a few positive days, right, to the upside. And then we held around that 418, 88 area. I do not see us going above 418 area without strong catalyst. We're just not going above that area. And that was a high really from, we barely hit it on the second. So I foresee us to chop around here, cautious to bearish. That's the thesis. Let's take a look at the futures again. See what we get. Yeah, same there. Let's take a look here. Same there. Yeah, precisely. So we need market predictive. Markets are going to be very timid. Let's see here. Yeah, they're going to be timid until CPI data. I mean, it's one of the strongest indicators, if not the strongest right now, that we're going to be watching. So you just saw the levels. You know what my thesis is. We'll firm the thesis up as we normally do, 8:50 in the morning. As the futures begin to run, I'll be watching them overnight. If I see a move, I'll trade it. I'll post it in the futures channel, right? That's about, let me show you guys where that's at, as I normally do. I'm trading the futures. It'll be posted right here for everyone to see. Futures right there, right? And when we hit those targets, you'll see my outs there, okay? All right, I'll take one or two questions right now. If you have some, I try to keep this thing. We got 3 minutes left in this weekly prep. Cautious to bearish, ranging. If we get a move, Monday, top side of the week. Otherwise, back side of the week, I expect some very tight behavior until Friday's numbers come out. Put your questions in the general chat if you have a question there. Absolutely, yep. Let's go back to SPY. Someone's calling out another gap. Let's go back to SPY here on a daily. Yeah, around this area here. From the 26th to the 27th. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at that, 26th to the 27th. So this is where our first gap started here. So as we go up, you'll have this. I don't think so. No, that gap was filled here. Maybe a little bit here around that 406. Maybe here. But if you're coming down there with catalyst, we're coming down to this 397 area. We're doing great. Excellent. Oh yeah, it's my pleasure, folks. 2 more minutes here, and I'm gonna shut it down. Any questions, comments, or anything you guys want some help with? For those of you guys who don't know about the killer whales, you may not know about me. Watch some of the other videos. It's pretty straightforward and it's pretty well known. We come out of the day and week green. If you're watching this for the first time, I get the training that you need. I tell people all the time, you don't have to get training from me. You can get it from anyone. But if you want to really get what you need to be successful in the market, then you're going to need to get some training. So let me just help you with this as I look for the next question here. If you're going to come in and you're going to get some training, you're going to come to one-on-one bookings channel here. You're going to click this link right here, and that link here is going to take you to some training options here. You have to take the training in order. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you take a training out of order, I'll hold your spot, dismiss you until you get to the training in order, okay? We're not in the business of repeating things or training new traders. I don't work with brand new traders. You have to have a little experience in the market, right? But you got to start with 0 or 0 and 1 combined. Either one of those, you can be you can do well. Now, I've trained veterans, 20, 30, 40-year veterans. I've trained folks who've only been in the market for a year or two. They all say the same thing. I'm telling you now, they all do. Hey, I already know something, and they give me this laundry list of things that they know. I get them in this first training and I start asking them questions, and you know what happens? They don't know the answer, or they don't understand how it all ties into the underlying fabric of the market. I'm just trying to help you folks. Get the training that you need. My profits, my income, all that stuff, it's made in the market. But I cannot spend my time with folks who don't want to really learn this stuff the right way. So do yourself a favor, take the trainings, you got to take them in order. All right, let's take a look at some questions here. I saw a question or two. Someone said, so SPY and S&P are related, new to this. That's a Googleable question, Stacy. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you with that. I'm not going to answer it here. The answer is yes, but you got to do some work and Google it, or you can put it inside of the general chat or help please, and we can help you. But the answer is yes. Yes, one is an ETF, right? They both are tied to the underlying asset, right? So the futures and the ETF are tied to the underlying asset, and the underlying asset is S&P. Very nice. Can you explain the significance of the point of control? Point of control is the highest point of volume on your screen. Okay, so disappear this here. Let's go out to here. Let's go out to the daily first. All right, great question. Point of control. If you were to disappear everything else on your screen and really really peer into the screen here, you can see that the volume peaks out right there. That is where the point of control is. The significance of that is it's giving you an indication of where the highest amount of volume or market participation is currently and historically on your screen based on the time frame that you're watching. Great question, T-Bird. Hopefully, give me a thumbs up if that answered your question. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to keep this thing to 30 minutes, guys. I want to get you back to your families, and quite frankly, I got a game to catch. All right. All right. You know, we do this every day. This is super fun. You guys know we make bank. It's fun. And I wanted to get you back to your family. There is a work-life balance here, right? There's a balance. All right. Hey, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, T. All right. Do the Amazon split, could it affect the market sentiment? Amazon is a mover. And yes, it can affect the market. But with CPI coming this week, what a great week to, because those two are going to work together. We get some negative numbers. And don't you worry, this thing is going down, baby. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I can't tell you for a certainty if it's going to affect the market. It will affect it a little bit when the stock splits. Yeah, there's some effect for sure. We're talking about overall market. Nothing will trump CPI data. Nothing will trump CPI data this week. All right. So Fazil, whatever, that's fine. If you want to see, let's see here, 526. Let's go there. So I'm gonna entertain your statement there. All right, I'm entertaining your statement here. And I'm going to show you the relevancy of your statement here. All right, 526 here is here. All right, you're saying there's definitely a gap. All right, here's the close on 526. Here's the open on 526. So you're saying from 450-ish to 4, so you're saying 407-ish. 404.60 to 407. Yes, there is a gap there. There is also a gap down here as well. So both of these gaps in here, I mean, if we come down to this daily, there's a stronger time frame down here that we're going to feel. So I'm not concerned up in this area with catalysts. We come down here, we'll blow through that gap. We'll blow through that gap, and we're coming down to fill to this monthly level here. So this is why I'm not concerned with this area here, and it's no coincidence it's sitting right above the 405 daily level there. I'm not concerned with that right there. So we come down to this area, right? You can clearly see where we are. This is not I mean, for all you pattern traders, you can clearly see a double bottom here. We retested this area right here. We come back down to this area. It's going to get filled very quickly and very fast. The area of interest I want to know is this area down here, right? This area will signal that we certainly have given up some of those gains, and we're coming down. We're coming down. So it's not saying that it's not there. Yeah, it's there, you know, but which gap is the highest probability and more likely? I mean, we could come back. I mean, look at the futures, right? We're riding around 4,100. We come underneath 4,100, man, we're coming to 4075. It's 25 points. It's not a big deal, right? But I want to see us really rip down. I don't want to see that, but if we start to break down, then certainly 4,000 on the futures is a very, very reasonable reasonable target. Now, again, geopolitical news, right? Inflation, right? These are driving the market and the bond market. So I'm going to leave you with this. Let's take a look at the bonds real quick. As it stands right now, let's take a look at the bonds, and then I got to wrap this up. It's already been too long. Man, 295. Bonds sitting at 295, up 4 basis points. Yeah. We started to creep more to 3. We're going to see some downside. So markets will be risk off and timid. This means you can expect some low volatility or some pops, what have you. Let's take a look at the VIX since we're here. Take a look at the VIX since we're here. Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll dance around overall. Let's go to a higher time frame here, maybe 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, VIX starts to break down. I'm sorry, base and hold here. We could see an aggressive run up like we did on the 17th here. We could see an aggressive run up here. Those numbers will dictate everything, to be quite honest with you. So I don't have a crystal ball or any of that, and we don't need it. We day trade, right? We understand what Monday looks like. We understand what Friday could potentially bring. I'm going to bring back up the calendar for the week. There it is there. Top side of the week, Monday, nothing happening, right? We'll watch it. You can put a little more risk on if we get the move. That's fine. But as soon as we come into Wednesday and Thursday, you can expect some really choppy behavior, maybe even low volume. Now, you don't believe me? Go back and look at the CPI data historically, maybe even that January timeframe and other timeframes. You'll see leading up to CPI, the volume was very sporadic, very low, very, very tight ranges. Don't get caught in that, folks. Save your capital for the backside of the week. Five words. 5 words govern how we absolutely roll in this Discord. What's those 5 words, folks? We do this every day. Every single day, we are prepared, we crush it, and we kill it. All right. I'll see you guys bright and early. 8:50 in the SPY only options room to crush it. Make sure you're verified. Make sure you have the roles. And I'm going to leave you all with this. The market doesn't care about your lagging indicator, doesn't care about those squiggly little lines, doesn't care about what you think you're owed. The market only responds. The market only responds to 2 things. It only cares about the prepared and patient. So if you are prepared, if you are patient, then you will get the byproduct of all of that. And what's that? Well, it's income. Money is the byproduct of 3 things: planning, preparation, proper execution. Show up prepared, and we'll crush it together. I see you guys bright and early Monday morning. KDW, signing out.